Okay. Hey, everybody. So today is Friday, March 29th. I think it's the 26th day of the challenge, our live challenge at least. We got a couple people in the class, our the people, the best attendance, Bet and Scott, say hi. Um, so we're gonna keep going with our class today. So where were we? So we were doing two things. We were testing our bot. We needed to finish up with two things here, and I'll show you what we were working on yesterday. So yesterday we left with we needed to finish our demo complete email step, right? We were doing our email testing from the single listing, which I'm testing right now. It's working great, pretty great. And then we needed to test our listing form email sequence, which is this part here. So if you remember, we have this listing form that's on this page. When it's submitted, this form triggers and go high level. It's going to do all sorts of stuff. I'm not going to go over it again. Spend a day going on this stuff. The last thing it does, it sends a bot override, which will email the client and initiate a conversation with them regarding the property itself, that individual property, because we did all this setup. Okay. And so this is where we're at right now. And the other part we're at is the demo complete. The demo complete bot. So here's our bot. Here's our receptionist. I'm testing it over here. So I've already started testing. I also have the testing from the email here, which looks like this. I think it looks pretty good. Wow, it worked great. So if you want to try it, I think you guys can try this agent chatter, the single listing demo and try it. Let me know how it works. I just emailed it and the replies seemed to work good. And it scheduled an appointment with me after saying, wasn't that so cool? It's a AI demo. Please try it and let me know, actually, because the only weirdness is that, I'll show you. So you see this? Okay, cool. So this is, let me get the whole string up because this is a further string. So here is today. I filled out this form, right, for Sly Fox Lane, and it said, thanks for your inquiry. Where was that? Yeah. It says, thanks for your inquiry to Sly Fox Lane. Would you like to discuss this further? I say, yes, I would. How many bedrooms? Says the property offers 5 bedrooms. Would you be available for a 15-minute phone call to discuss it further? House today at 11 or 11:30. I said noon works for me. And here you can see we got to tweak it just a little bit. The response, perfect. I've got you down for noon today. Look forward to our chat. Came through before this response. So I'm going to add a bit of more of a delay on the demo complete, and then we'll finish demo complete. Okay. So, but I still said yes, because I knew that it was actually asking me this question, right? I'm sorry, I knew that it was this question. Do you want me to set this up for your business? And I knew that it scheduled a dummy appointment, as we talked about. So when I say yes, because this is actually what it's looking for, it said, I'm glad noon looks for you, but I made a mistake. 1 p.m. today, and I think it's because I was too close to my buffer on my real calendar, right? And then it actually, because I have an 11 o'clock meeting. When I went to my real calendar, I actually have this meeting. So it said, I can't do it. We need to reschedule. And I said, sure, no problem. But it still kept going. And then it said, how about 1 p.m. today? I said, sure, no problem. It said, thanks for being scheduled. Thanks for being flexible. I've scheduled our call for 1 p.m. today. I look forward to speaking with you then. So now all we need to do is let's see if we have an appointment scheduled. This email should have an appointment scheduled. Let me look. Okay. Let me look. Yeah, it would be in my calendar, right? And it should be for today. Well, I don't schedule appointments an hour ahead of time. I don't know why I did that. Well, let's see. I don't have any appointment confirmations, but I guarantee it that in here on the Oh no, it should be in my Rosenthal marketing. 'Cause that's what it's scheduling on. If I go to appointments, it should be scheduling on a calendar that's connected to Rosenthal marketing. I didn't need to do that. Actually, I can go back to agent chatter. Sorry, I forgot there's that button. If I go to appointments, it worked. So there's something weird about the calendar not hooking up properly. Let me see what that's about. Okay, so because it is making an appointment. I didn't know also, by the way, if you're doing an agency, Go High Level registers its own appointments, and your calendar does as well. By the default setting at least. So be aware of that because I didn't know that this is one way to look to see if it's the bot or the scheduling API call. Who knows? So now what I need to do is, why didn't it schedule? So there's only one of two reasons. I'm going to go to my different calendars and just double check. So my discovery call calendar, which is what I made an appointment on. Let me just double check to see what it's connected with. So this is connected to my Joshua Rosenfeld marketing calendar. So it is connected. Let me double check to see if it's not actually on my calendar and I just didn't get an alert. It is. Okay, cool. Look. So that did work. I just got to set it up. So I don't know why I personally didn't get alert that I have a appointment, but it did book on my personal calendar. Barry Jones. There I am. Awesome. So that's working. Except for one slight thing that we talked about, which is the delay between AI complete, wasn't that cool, and so on, which is also where we're at on the uh, right here where I'm chatting with the bot. So I said, I want to sell my home. That's great. Can I get your phone number? Okay, cool. So this is looking good. Something else I did while I was messing around this morning is this was slightly bothering me, this page here. So I tweaked it a bit. I think this will be better. Okay. So what I did is it's pretty simple. I just wanted to make this look a little nicer, but that's not the right page. Oops, I don't want to save that. I don't think. That's weird looking. That's not right. Hold on one sec. I don't want to mess this up. It is right. Okay. Well, it's too late now. I saved it. Hold on. I just wanted to make this a link real quick. So here's the changes I made to this. I made more links to the demos so that there's a better chance that they're going to click on it without you having to instruct them. Okay. And don't forget to change this to go to your URL for your Facebook page with this m.e. This is crucial, or this trick won't work. And I'm going to make a new window because it kind of goes out of this site. Turn off no follow to save. Okay, now it looks a little better. I'm going to bold it so it matches this. So these are links. These two things are links. I kind of want to make. I want to make these links. I'm just going to go to the mobile. I also made a little nicer mobile version. And I want to copy. I want these links. I don't know why it didn't come over. But here, listing bot. I changed the name also of the demos. It's more appropriate and more. I don't know. I thought it was more interesting to show a realtor. I want to make this a link, which is this. I need to copy this. I want to make this thing, at least from here to here, a link. Okay, and don't forget we're doing new window, no follow. Do the same thing here. I'm going to grab this link, agent chatter. So this is going right to the listing. And then I'm going to do that. And this I will use in the current window because it stays in the website when it goes to the listing page. It looks like agent chatter, so I'm going to save it. Do save. I'll do save. All right, I'll publish. Okay, now let's go back to the bot testing. We're almost done today. I think we're almost done. Thanks for sharing that. I'll give you a call. You know what? I don't like that. I don't want it to say that. And that's been bothering me. So let's fix that while we're going because I think we're really, really close. So that should be coming from the buyer bot because they're a bot. They said I want to, no, they said I want to buy a home, so we want to sell them a home. So it's going to be the seller bot. So the seller bot said that. Just to double check. No, what bot is that? Maybe it's a receptionist. That's fine. Okay, let's see if it switches. All right, so thanks for sharing that. Can I give you a call? So that's this objective, which I don't like at all because it's not accurate at all. And if you're doing a demo, someone could say like, "Hey, that's wrong." So let's take it out. I'm gonna say, don't say, you'll call them. Oh, okay. Don't say you'll call them or anything like that. Just move on to the next objective. Exclamation point. Okay. So I'm gonna copy this because I know I need it in all of them. In the email and say, don't say you'll email them or anything like that. Just move on to the next objective. And I'm gonna do the same thing. Name is fine. I'll save that. I know I'm doing it mid bot, but I think that's fine. So let's see if it actually works. So I also want to double check my the contact, just to make sure that it's on the right bot. Because I did say I want to sell my home. So the buyer bot should have triggered, right? Oh, that's why I'm looking. That's why I don't see the right conversation, maybe. Let me look. Yeah, the buyer bot. And I'll still need to add those instructions. Good, it did. Okay, just as we expected. Great. So let me modify this bot and also I'm going to add these instructions to all these steps real quick. So taking a little bit of a detour to fix a prompting issue that's bothering me. So I got to do this to email. And this is great to know because if it works, I'm going to hope it works. If it does work, then it's a great solution because it'll do this all the time and every bot you make all over the place. I don't care for it. All right. Close. And then I want to do phone. That's in there. Cool. Save that. I got two more bots to do. One more bot to do. Receptionist bot. Let's do seller bot. Fix that. You could probably do this in the main prompt, but whatever. Okay, and then I don't think so. Now we're on demo complete. That's what we're going to get to over here. I'm going to keep going here on the right. Cool. All right. So, what's your email address? I give my real email address because we are testing this. Okay. All right. Now we wait. So where are we? So we got our demo here. We've got this thing that's looking pretty good. I mean, it looks better. Oh, this said something different. Darn it. I don't know what happened. How did I save that? Okay. Got over here. By the way, got it. Nope. Don't say you're going to send over info. I didn't ask for info. So let me tell the bot to not do that because it bothers me. That'll be their, yeah, they want to buy a home. No, this is, yep. Hmm. Didn't work. Okay. Well, we'll deal with it later. Let's keep going. What's prompting you to sell your home? I won. Let's say something. Let's do something different for Good Friday. It's a Good Friday one. I got married to a really wealthy girl. Okay, so let's see how it says. Cool. So now what else can we do? So this is looking nice. I'm liking this. This is better. Colors clash, but it's kind of Santa Fe-ish, I guess, this blue and green. Okay, good. This seems to be working okay. This form manager, right? Okay, cool. Congratulations on your marriage with this new chapter. Do you have a sense of how soon you'd like to move forward? I'll say yes, the nuptials are this weekend. Just having fun here. Nuptials? Is that how you spell it? I spell nuptials. That's a hard word to spell. Nuptial, whatever. Yes, the wedding is tomorrow. Okay, so what else do we got going on the left here? Let's see. Let's get all our. We don't have too many forms going on, so just to verify for Scott and Bet and Luigi's. Uh, what is that? Firefly. We have our opt-in form, which is way back in our flow when they just click on checkout demo. And then we have this form here. And by the way, this is also adding. So don't forget, we've also created opportunities. So I haven't filled out the opt-in form because I've been going right to the demo page, but there's another pipeline. Barry Jones came through on Sly Fox Lane. So I think that's pretty cool. Actually, let's add the price. Let's see what the opportunity on Sly Fox Lane is. So let's put an opportunity lead value. Let's say it's an $850,000 house and he's going to make 10%, no, 6%. Alexa, what's 850,000 times 6%?
850,000 times 6% is 51,000.
Nice. So that's a $51,000 lead. Okay. So now next time that person comes through, it'll add the price of the house, which is kind of cool. And you can do that with a variable even. Okay. All right, cool. Awesome. So over here on the right, well, that's exciting. With the wedding so close, have you thought about when you like to move to have the house sold by? As soon as the honeymoon is over. As soon as the honeymoon is over, we are going to Fiji. I just want to like to see what the bot says. We're going to Fiji. Have you been? Let's see if the bot really says like I haven't been and pretends to be a human as it's supposed to. I think it's going to work. Okay, cool. So we got this. Cover opportunity. What else we got going on? We've got two contacts going on at once, so we know the bot can multitask. We have our websites. We have this one-pager website. We may talk about the VSL later. We have our listings, which is here. We're not using this listings page anymore, but it exists. We're doing it through the bot directly. You know, I guess I could. Though I linked to it in the demo also directly, so you can get to it two ways. And then there's this optional. I'm gonna edit the name of this. I'll call it. Okay. One other thing we can do now that Agent Chatter is humming along nicely. What we don't have on Agent Chatter, and I'm going to keep talking with it on the right here. Sounds amazing. Would you like to discuss so we can make the sale smooth? Oh, yes, please. Okay, so over here, the one thing that's missing on our website, now that everything, knock on wood, seems to be working, is we can add the live chat widget to our website now. So let's do that. So you go to the website, you go to sites, you go to chat widget. So it says enable chat bubble. So we want to tweak some of this. Intro message. Hi. Hey. And then I want a picture. She's fine. That's fine. She's a good, nice representative. Return visitors. That's fine. Chat type. Live chat. Boom. There it is. Widget window. Header. Have a question? Sure. Intro message. Hi. can I help you? Today. Are you buying or selling a home? Or just hi? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, the CTA send. We're gonna get rid of this consent checkbox. We're gonna get rid of this legal message. I don't want to ask, so I'm going to turn off agency branding, or you can keep it on. So what that does is it puts little branding at the bottom. So let's turn that on, I guess, because it helps, it's cool. You can put this on any website. So I can do agentchatter.com or .net. And then let's do that. So it's going to go there. Invalid website. Oh yeah, you need HTTPS. There we go. Show live chat message. Welcome message appear. I'm gonna turn that off. Oops. What's wrong with this address? What's the name of this website? Let's see. Just let me copy. Okay, it doesn't like that website for some reason. Invalid website. It's its own. There we go. Okay, so I'm turning off this live chat message. Fallback time. See, this is one of the problems with this widget, but let's do 15 minutes because it's going to reset if you don't. It's going to reset in 5 minutes if you don't set that. I'm going to say, well, message me back if you need anything. Okay. While I'm doing this, I just want to take some notes here for what we're doing today. So we are doing finished live chat. Let's see. Testing complete. Testing complete. More marketing. So we are adding live chat. Oh yeah, we also upgraded or redesigned. We redesigned the demo page. We added a live chat widget to website. Looks like these are completing. That looks like it worked. This routing, this individual listing. So I did this. I'll just copy this link. I'll move this link up here. So it's there. I'm gonna get rid of that. This is my favorite program. All right, questions, homework. I know these are going to be wrong. Okay. All right, so let's keep going. All right, so now live chat. Where were we? Acknowledgement settings. Thank you. One of our representatives will contact you shortly. One of our agents will get back to you shortly. Acknowledgement message. Your chat has ended. Please rate your experience. That's fine. Thank you for taking your time. Whatever. Chat edit message. To start a new chat, click here. It's fine. All right, so I'm going to save that. And then I'm going to go to my website. Well, first of all, you may know this. If you don't know this, hey, James, you can get the code for this chat widget bubble and put it anywhere. Works pretty good. Actually, doesn't work anywhere, but it works in most places. You'll try. All right, so I'm going to do funnels. I'm going to go back to here. All you got to do to make this work is you just do settings on the root settings up here and turn on chat widget. And we've already set it to live, so we can test this right away. I'm going to use an incognito window. It's just it helps to testing the chat widget so it's a different instance and you know that it's always fresh. I'll do that. Okay, so agent chatter. I'm gonna skip the live demo. Oh yeah, we also have to, I know one thing we're gonna do is we're gonna Monday or next week, we're gonna work on email stuff. So we're gonna do a follow-up from opt-in. I'm just making a note of things we're gonna do next week now that we're finished. So email campaign, email. Follow-up from opt-in. Okay, cool. Let's go back. All right, so on the right, we're also chatting with the bot. So let's see where we are at. I said, do you want to discuss to do the sales? Said yes, please. How about Wednesday, April 10th? Interesting. It's so far in the future. That's weird. Whatever. All right, I have openings at 8 a.m., 9:30, 11 a.m. is good. Let me just double check where that bot is at. Should be on the buyer bot, which I'm confident it is. And let's talk to the bot here. So the widget says, hey, I'll say, hi, how can I help you today? Are you buy or sell a home? Whatever, I'll fix that. I want to buy a house. All right, so let's see how this conversation goes. So on the right, let's see, 11 a.m. is good to return. And I also want to look to make sure that this is the right bot. The buyer bot on the right is the one that should be chatting. All right, great. Now it's asking me, do you want to schedule an appointment? I'll say yes, please. Okay, so we know this is working. So now this bot here, where we are just coming into like the general receptionist and it's going down, doesn't know who I am. Matter of fact, the name it's going to give me is terrible. And I'm skipping that objective because it is filled in. It comes in from live chat, all gibberish. So maybe we'll do another class on how to fix that. James Hurst, maybe you could figure out a way to fix that. The incoming first name and last name from a live chat is useless, and you can't really. I don't know how to change it yet, but let's move on. So great. So the receptionist is responding properly, and it says shares my phone number. That's right. So then this bot should be going to the seller bot because they want to buy a house. So we're going to sell them a house. Let's just make sure that it asks the phone question, or at least the next question should. Now I'm back over here on the right. We're talking to the bot as myself. April. So this is scheduling a real appointment. April 10th at 9 a.m. sound. Great. So I think that my real calendar is connected to the buyer bot. I'll have to double check. I will do that now. Okay, so I'm going to go to my contact. So this is Josh Rosenfeld. Oh, no. Sorry. I want to go to the flow for buyer bot just to make sure it's got the right calendar ID because I noticed it gave the same times and that looked like it was the same calendar. The dummy calendar should give immediate times because it's not connected. All right, can we confirm the 11 a.m. slot on Wednesday? Huh? Okay. Well, conversation booking is still running at like 98% accuracy. Honestly, it's not 100%. Just tell you that right now. Straight up. And it's not CloseBot's fault. It's not anyone's. It's just there's a lot of moving parts to go from, 3 different services to all make this happen. As simple as it sounds, it's actually quite complicated. All right, it's trying to book me again. 9 a.m. See what's going on here. This would be the buyer bot because I said I want to sell my home. Yeah, the seller bot going on here. So there we go. So it's saying this didn't keep going over here. Okay, we'll check that too. So this scheduled me. Okay, cool. So now I'll go to Go High Level and I will look. So one other thing I noticed is that when you book with Go High Level, I mean, when you're using Go High Level to integrate with your real calendar or whatever it is, or no calendar, the dummy calendar, for instance, you'll see the appointments here. So this is how I know that the appointments are definitely being booked. They're not showing up on my individual calendar right now. We'll worry about that next week, but I do know the appointments are being booked from this bot over on the right from the dummy calendars, right? Now there'll be another contact coming in. We're working on live chat here. It's stopped responding. We'll find out why in a second. I just want to make sure that this is working. Great. So both of our bots, or all four of our bots are working, which is the individual listing bot will respond, talk about the listing, schedule a dummy appointment, which we still need to tweak the timing on the AI complete, and then it will ask for a real appointment. And we know that works because we can see it. And then we also know that the receptionist bot works to route them to buyer or sell. Actually, we haven't tested seller too much, so we got to do that last. But it looks like it's working really great down the buyer path. So now we just got to work on a couple things. I mentioned that I want to edit this here because it sent this email. No, I'm sorry, it goes in like this, and now it's emailing. And I need a delay on the demo complete. I actually might put a delay. Let me look at this here. So I've got, when it does email, it starts going through message 3. And what I'm thinking is, because the email is really fast, like 10 seconds lately, and which is, faster than human speed. Like it's like the person just sitting there, which is really cool. But I think so I know that if I add a delay to email, they'll never notice. It's email, right? Like they're not sitting looking either necessarily, but I'm not adding minutes on it, but I do want to add like, I don't know, 5 seconds or 6 seconds. So I'll do 0.1. I'll do that 6-second delay. And I only put it on the email right here. And it won't hurt anything. I know that. I think it will help slightly with that delay before the demo complete finishes up. So now, I'm not going to test that again necessarily. Oh, what's also nice about this is that it's on step 3, the step that we never use really. You're only doing it on email. It doesn't affect the speed on SMS or any of the other channels, which is cool. Because we do have a slight wait step on demo complete, which does happen on every channel that it triggers on. All right. So now let's find out why our live chat didn't work properly. And luckily I did it in this incognito window, so I can try it again in a new one, and it'll just hopefully blast out this here. And I'm also going to erase the contact. So let me show you. Okay, so before I go on, are there any questions from anyone? Did we move on? Okay, cool. So we've actually done a lot. We kind of got to the end here. We've got all these bots. They seem to be working pretty well together. It needs some testing, but other than that, I feel pretty good. We're going to do seller testing in a second. So I'm going to close. Oops, I need to close bot up. Okay, so now, if I refresh this page, by the way, you'll see, you saw it. There's the icons there. So I don't like it just as hey with no period either. I'll fix that real quick. So I'm just closing some windows. So this new demo page looks better. Looks good. Good enough. Make sure that's published. Close this window. All right. So here's the email message where we added the delay. So here's the contacts it created. And I had 3 contacts. I was doing 3 contact testing at once. The 3 body problem. And I had, so Barry Jones was the contact I was using on the individual listing. Josh Rosenfeld is the Facebook widget, because you can't really change the name. And if you do, it gives a false thing. So I don't mess, and it skipped the name anyways, but it knew my name. Then there's this guest visitor. So if you look at that, that is the chat widget. So we can look at this real quick. It didn't get very far. He said, I want to buy a house. What's your name? So it didn't even know that it didn't even trigger on phone. And it went to seller bot, which is right. Okay, yeah, this that's odd. The conversation's actually longer. I get it. It doesn't put in the first thing here. That's cool. And it went right to seller bot. What's up with that? Oh, geez. Oh, well, good. This works fantastically. All right, let's see what's going on here. I'm going to start over. So You know, and because this contact gets created is called guest visitor. You know, I think I know how to solve that. Let's solve that. So I'm gonna go to this workflow, to new contact, which is skip gathered info, to new contact trigger. So I can do it in here somewhere. So I can do an if else, which I want up here. If else, and I'll do check guest name. So I'm going to do if contact details. If this works, that'd be fantastic. If contact first name is guest, right? Yep. And just for fun, oh, and I'll do this. I'll do or last name is, I'll do contains because it's the same as an is, but it's a little more lenient. And you don't, I'm not visitor, and I'll do contains. Okay, cool. Now none. So this will looks like you missed out on some fields. Screw you. Okay. Missing segment details. Huh? Kind of segment details.
I've never seen that before.
Always pushing the envelope. I missed out on some fields. Manage condition. So it wants me to finish this or finish it. Maybe does some it's odd. It is maybe works better. I don't know. It's a simple friggin' thing. Let me cancel that and try it again. I'll refresh this page here just in case. This works. I'll share it with everybody. This would be a nice little step to add here. So let's see. I wanted to if else. So I wanted to look to see if first name contained. Let's just do one. I'll do this. Check. Okay, well, it should work. Well, let me change the name from branch to check guest visitor. So if it has the name, oh, I see. So I can't have a none because if it goes down to none, nothing will happen. No, it will. Actually, there's not two columns. Never mind. This is right. Okay. Yep, this is fine. But if it doesn't say guest visitor, then I also need it to go down. I don't want it to bifurcate. Oh, I can do this. Go to. Because we're going to add a condition. We're going to add a step in there that's not going to be in here. So watch. I'll do go to, and then I'll click on check field because that's where it's going to go. We're going to add a step under has name. So this, because if it goes down this path, it says it has the name. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to update the contact field. First, I want to clear the field, which will be clear field data, and I want to do full name, and I want to do last name, first name and last name. There's really no first name. I think if they have a full name, is that right? There is no first name. There should be. No, I guess not. Okay, cool. So it's going to delete these fields. Then I'm going to do one more thing. Clear fields. And I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to do update goals accomplished. Yep, update field data, goals accomplished. And I'm going to, no, I want to do clear field data. I think I can do it in this one step. Clear field data. I do goals accomplished. Yeah, it'll work. Cool. No, that's gonna totally blow it out, which is fine actually, because it just came in. So that's fine. Now the question is, yeah, this should be fine. Okay, cool. So let's save it. All right, now let's try this stupid thing again. So maybe it's because I saved it, like I was messing with the widget, but who knows? All right, let's try it again. So I'm gonna erase guest visitor Ermerzerd. Erase this, erase this. So we're making we made amazing progress in the last couple days. Got all this stuff kind of done. We have 10 more days of live classes left. I mean, yeah, live classes left to get 30 full days of challenge, as we talked about. Okay, so now if I tried talking to this, it would be messed up. So I like to just close this and do a new incognito window and paste in agent chatter, and hopefully this will work. There it is. Hey, hey, yes, I am selling. We know the the buyer bot, if they want to sell their home, works well. So let's go down that path. And we're still going to do the seller bot, which we'll do also. I'm selling my home. And then over here, we want to get rid of this and do hi. And now we're going to check the seller bot if they want to buy a home. And that has a couple permutations. No 7922 or any listings you might have. And it works pretty good. We tried it. So I said to this bot, yes, I'm selling my home. So let me see if this did what I think it should have done, or if at the go high level, it did something. So it didn't erase the first name. Let me see the goals accomplished. So it's almost there. Let me look at the goals accomplished. So it didn't get rid of that. Let me see here. So it checks this. If the first name contains guest, oh, I get it. Or I want to make sure this is the same thing. Or last name contains visitor. Okay, that works now. All right, now clearing the fields. Let's just make sure. So it clears the fields. I'm gonna add a slight wait step here. Well, let me see if it went down this path real quick. There's no failed if else's. So it had the name true. And then it went to here. And it kind of worked, but it didn't totally work. So I'm gonna add in one other step. I also want to make sure this is. I want to add another, just one step. I'm going to do wait. This is only if they're coming in from live chat, essentially. You know, I also could have checked if they were coming in from live chat and just blowing out the thing too, but that's okay. This will work. That might be better though, actually. Let me think. Whatever. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna hold this for 10 seconds, which is a little slow, but it's to test my theory. Okay, so let me get rid of this guy. Me. And then do this again. And at the same time, we're testing the bot over here. Wrong one. This guy. Okay, we're gonna check I'm gonna say I want to this bot. I'm gonna say I want to buy a home, and the seller bot will be triggered. Okay, so let's keep talking to the live chat bot. Oops, see, it doesn't really. I gotta Command R doesn't work. You gotta like do a new window. Okay, so here comes this contact from here. Okay, so this bot, hi, you buying a home? So say I want to buy a home. Then over here, I'm going to say, I am selling my home. And this should come in with that weird name. There he is. And then my trigger happens. So it says guest visitor, Quobum. There's a delay on this one. It's a new contact, so it only happens on the new contact. Here we go. I want to buy a home. That's great. Can you share your phone number? That's a big step. Now look at this. It worked. Who am I speaking with today? So before I answer, let me check this contact and see if it did indeed erase the variables, the fields. Okay, so over here, let's finish this search here. What's your phone number? Blah, blah, da, 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 da. Okay, keep going. So look, it didn't get all the names empty, which is odd. So let's see if I can do this. There's an update field. Let's see. Update. Let me try it this way because I just want to be clear. If I don't see first name, okay, I want to get rid of that one too. So because it doesn't show up in the other one. Oh, what if I want to do clear field data. And then see, there's no first name in clear field data. Well, I'm going to do this then. I'd rather it be nothing. Okay. All right, whatever. So back over here, that's a big step. Who am I speaking with? So but what if I say my name? My name is, Tim Allen from Tool Time. All right, on the right. Perfect. I got that number down. I'll be in touch. I told it not to do that. I told you not to do that, CloseBot, but it still doesn't. All right, we'll fix that. Is there anything specific you're looking for in a property? I like 5 bedrooms because we know that Sly Fox Lanes. I like 5 bedrooms. Have anything like that? Okay, so back here, good. The bot keeps going. What's your email? So I'll say, tim@allen.com. But let's see what happened to the contact. Okay, so if I refresh this contact. Didn't overwrite anything. All right, work on that. I'll work on that later. But it's close. It did erase this name. Very odd. All right, back to over here. So we'll keep talking to it. In case I need to reach directly out, here's my number. Whatever. It's one too many numbers, I think. Yeah. All right, over here on the bot that is going to sell us a home. Yes, we do have properties with 5 bedrooms. I'll reach out to you shortly to go over the options and find the right fit for you. Looking forward to speaking with you. Interesting. Let's see where this contact is at. The seller bot's a little more complicated. Obviously. All right, so it knows the lead type. It doesn't have listing specific yet. So it didn't pick 7922 necessarily. It's asking that question over and over again. It's on the seller bot, which is right. The lead type is buying. That's right. Bot default. That's wrong. Also, you know what? I'm going to remove something from this flow here. I'm not going to add this bot default tag. All right, I'm going to delete that. Okay. So let's keep talking to this bot. If I say, okay, cool. Thanks. I bet you it's going to switch. I bet you that listing specific will be checked now in a second here. Not yet. Weird. So we're on the seller bot. So 2 out of 3 bots we got going nicely. You're welcome. Is there a particular time that works best for you? Sure. Afternoons. All right, so over here, the seller bot, what did it say? Hopefully it said, got it, Tim. Oh yeah, they said they want to buy a house, or we're selling them a house. This one wants to buy a house, sell their house, or we're buying their house. Okay, so this should say, got it, Tim. Yep. So how forward? Yep, it's going right soon. Over here, looking forward to our conversations. What happened? So let's find out what happened with this bot here. Something's not right with it. This is the buyer bot. Yeah. I mean, oh no, I'm sorry. I want the seller bot. We're going to sell them a home. All right, so let's see what these messages colors are. Huh. I mean, touch soon. Would you like to schedule a viewing? Interesting. Look, the address you're inquiring about, would you like to do a viewing? And then the phone number came in. Interesting. That's weird. So the receptionist must have said, some other said talk to it too. Well, let's look. Nope. Wait, did it? Let's see. So that will be here. So the receptionist bot picked that up. Let's see. Weird. I'll make a note to call you in the afternoon. Looking forward to our conversation. Why would it do that? That's going to be this one. No, this one. No, I'm sorry. It's going to be the seller bot. So the seller bot is the right bot. Why does it think it booked? So look at this one. So this is listing specific goal accomplished. Oh, wait. No. This thing here only happens when the contact is created. Doesn't happen any other time. So I'm going to take this off. I don't want to magically clear all the fields, and I will do this. Delete first. And then last name. I'll do that as well. They can't be blank, unfortunately. I want to clear them, but there's no first name, last name. There's no first name. It's so odd. All right, well, I'm going to take the step out because it doesn't do anything. Okay. All right, I'm going to save this. All right, we're almost coming up on the end. Obviously, it's Good Friday. I don't want to keep you all. Let's finish up the testing. Well, this isn't working. So all I would do is I would start testing, but I think we got really far today. We're really close to this whole website being pretty much done. So definitely in the next 2 weeks, we'll be able to finish up the site, finish up the demos, test the demos, email, all those things that it does. And then we will launch it and we will try to get some traffic. So I want to thank you guys again for coming. And I'll see you on, I'm going to do a class on Monday. So I'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye.